Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Another early morning Sunday show without Cat. I know, I just lost everybody. That's okay. For those that stick around, I got some cool stuff to show you. And this video, in fact, my whole series of videos right now will be used later for scientific purposes to show how long hair really grows and what's it take like and how a person changes, because every week it's getting so long, it just keeps combing it back. But I can't complain, I got hair, right? So that's all right. Many of you're opening up. Be safe, enjoy your freedom out there. That's great. We're not that way yet here in Michigan, though my record store does have now, there's 3 days a week. You can call, you can get an appointment, and you can come in one-on-one in the record store and do some shopping. So I did that. It's therapy related, so it is okay. And yeah, found a number of different things. Nothing like, oh my God, but just some pretty cool stuff. So in the background today, we have out of England, The Horrors. I believe this was one from the aughts, and you know, kind of the vocalist sounds like Butler from the Psychedelic Furs. It's like a hard rock and psychedelic furs almost kind of sound. But you know, I don't have anything from The Horrors in vinyl, but I do have a few CDs. Just picked up this book. This came out actually in Britain 2005, the US 2006, and it's called Rip It Up and Start Again, and it is about post-punk from 78 to 84. I'm really excited about this, to read about how post-punk developed from punk rock and everything else that was going on, and it became this huge genre on its own. So excited about that. Finished reading a book, look at that. Biography of Billy Joel. Nice book. And, you know, this was done with Billy Joel's permission because he's interviewed through a lot of it. A man that had a lot of demons, you know, more alcohol than drugs. Really, it was pretty clean that way. But it just, yeah, kind of how he began, how he struggled, and then suddenly became this huge star. So a great, fascinating read. Really enjoyed getting to know Billy Joel and all the different wives. Man, that guy really went through some. But he seemed to, you know, he'd have bouts of depression, which happens to a lot of folks, but it tended to kind of wreck marriages. So we have that. And finally, received, and this is from Mazzy, it's the Beatles, England. I'm really excited to get this. I love travel books, and it explores the sights of England. And England's one of my all-time favorite places to go. And Mazzy, most of you have seen this, but you know, he does the photography. And then a good friend, which you can see the videos of him and David Bacon, and they talk about this on the channel Norman Maslov. So this will be fascinating. He was nice enough to sign it. I have a whole autograph section of books. It's yes, I do buy autograph books too, but not to what I used to do. I used to really go after them, but now it's been more records. But great stuff. So there we go. That's been on the reading, and now I'm reading a book about Herbert Hoover. Fascinating, man. Just fascinating, and a really thick book. Let's start with some music. So this is a really interesting one that I've had to edit it out for your viewing pleasure, just in case we have any kids that's watching. And the group is called Baby Rose. And this album was their first one. It came out in 2001. Baby Rose is a, they're out of Copenhagen, and it's a psych garage rock band. Baby Rose, the name it comes from a Hawaiian plant, and the Hawaiian plant is a hallucinogenic plant, so that's what they call it. And it's the main man calls himself Lorenzo Woodrose, and then you have on bass you have Ricky Woodrose, and on drums, formerly known as Fuzzy Daddy, it is now Rocco Woodrose. And Jacob from Moen Rocks on Facebook, he sent this out. Says, Steve, you got this? And you know, I really enjoy Jacob and Moen Rocks, MOEN, his channel, because he does a lot of different kind of things. He doesn't do nearly as many videos. Not enough people really. It's kind of sad to watch it, but he shows great music. And this was something he recommended, and I bought a lot of stuff from him. So I tried this, and it really is cool. The name of the album gives the first one. It's called Blow Your Mind. And blow your mind, right? Yep, blow your mind. And this is a really heavy psych rock album. It's sung in English, and the band is so tight. Just for a three-piece band, it is pure fuzz and distortion. Incredible stuff. They've put out 11 albums, but they're not easy to find, and it's not the most inexpensive thing. You know, they even use, there's a song here called What a Burn, and it's just this hard surf guitar going on. It just sounds so great. It really is. It's heavy 60s. It's really heavy 60s. This, on the Nuggets compilation, that first Nuggets compilation, this would have sounded perfect playing on that. I mean, it's trippy. It really, the vocals are great. The melodies, they're catchy, but it is just acid guitars. Great listen. What a good album. I want to get more from this group. It's hard to find. You know, I had to go through third-party vendors to get it, but really neat. Baby Rose, the very first one, Blow Your Mind. If you really like the psych acid rock stuff, I'm going to tell you, you'll be blown away by that. So we went from that. Let's go into something, and now for something completely different for you Monty Python fans. The Chopin Project. And this is from Olafur Arnalds out of Iceland, and he is known for his electronics. There you go. Can you read that all right? All right. It's the download card. And this got the Chopin Project. So Olafur Arnalds is known for his electronics. Actually, that's the inside sleeve. There's so much crap in there. I had to clean the record 2 times. Had to give it a different sleeve. But he plays on here. He plays with Elisera Ott, who is a German-Japanese piano player. And she is known for her interpretations of Chopin waltzes. And Arnolds had heard that and wanted to do a collaboration. So that is what they did. And so she's playing her piano, and he comes in with different electronic sounds and also a violin quintet to play along with it. 5 of the pieces are originals from Arnold, and 4 of the pieces are Chopin Chopin concertos. So this was fun. This came out in 2015. I've wanted it. It's been on my wish list for a long time, and I finally decided I need to get this. It is very intimate, shall we say. It's just one glorious, delicate piece after another, and it's just done with beauty and grace. really like this. It's just, you'll hear these different soundscapes that are going on, which is what like Richter and Arnold's are known for, taking in everyday sounds and then they just push it in there and they make it become part of the piece. So really nice pickup on this. If you really want something peaceful and relaxing, some beautiful piano, but also the electronics of Arnold, great stuff. The Chopin Project. Final Richie talked about these guys and actually called me out and said, you would like this. Steve, you would like these. And he was right, the Weirdos. I know of the Weirdos through their one song that is on a lot of punk compilations, the Neutron Bomb. And I'll do a sample. You know, we're going to do 3 samples this week. But it's a great song. I actually had this in CD, but I never had it in vinyl. And he got me to just, you know what, I need to re-listen to it. And I did. And I was like, I'm going to go out. I'm going to get that in vinyl. It came with, I guess that's the poster. Hey, look at that. So the Weirdos. LA punk band. 1976 they formed to 81, and then in 86 they reformed again and have continued playing. They originally called themselves Barbie and the Luxurious Adults, was it? Adulteresses? Adults? Oh man, I can't remember. Punk band, rock band. Actually, they kind of made a lot of their songs, they made fun of punk bands. They thought of themselves more as, we're more a rock and roll band with a punk attitude, which you could say is punk, but you know, these guys were out having fun. And they did a lot of singles, and this took their singles from 77 and 81 and they put them all onto one album. And again, it is fun. You know, there is, I said, we are the new, you know, we got the Neutron Bomb, which was done in 78, which really kind of was their one big kind of single. This came out actually in 1991, came out on CD. It might have came out on vinyl. But also there was this one he showed, Destroy All Monsters. So this takes, again, some of their singles, but also their demos and songs from EPs and puts them together. So this came out in 2007. Just really nice stuff, just fun. This is what I would call a very fun punk band. You know, they don't take themselves too seriously. They're out there, they're having fun. They sing really good and they play really, really tight. It is rock and roll with a punk vibe to it. So it's not just that heavy, heavy screaming punk. Absolutely not. So the Weirdos, cool stuff. Remember way back, long ago, Barnes & Noble had a 50% off sale? Anybody hear about that? No, it's not still going on. Well, I'm still trying to show the stuff that I bought from it. And I can't believe I didn't have this on CD. It's really a crying shame. It's Air. This was a French duo that formed in 95 that's still going. And this is their debut album, came out in 1998, Moon Safari. My God, what a masterpiece. This thing is just absolutely an incredible, beautiful album. And for whatever reason, I have other Air on CD, but I didn't have this one. You know, these guys, I need to quit saying that. But their genre was electronic, it was kind of spacey, dream pop, and down-tempo. In fact, they were, when you think about it, they set the stage for down-tempo music. This album, it's very inventive. They create a soundscape just right in your living room as they take these samples and they put them in. Again, I think of what I talked about with Arnaud and Richter, taking everyday pieces of sound and they throw it in there. I mean, it's just like this cavalcade of analog synth with organs and electronic piano and processed voices. All of it coming in and making this otherworldly type sound. It's like Euro dance with new wave mixed together. Incredible stuff. There's just waves of these gurgling synths that play, and beneath it, it's just this colorful melodies. Really beautiful. It's floating in space. It's just incredible. I didn't have this thing. I love this album. And you know what? I'll probably buy it on CD too. Because I don't have to get up. But God, I'm just lazy. Nice stuff. Really beautiful. Air, their first album, Moon Safari. Miles Davis one. I didn't have this one. I didn't even really have it on CD. It's just a basic 2i on there. Yay. Quiet Nights. This was his fourth and final collaboration with Gil Evans. What Miles was doing is he would do an album with Gil Evans, then he'd do one with his quintet, then an album with Gil Evans, one with his quintet. So he went back and forth between a small group and with a large orchestration. Well, this album here came out in '64, but it was started actually quite a bit before that. And he had 3 sessions with Gil, with Evans. And in those 3 sessions, they only got about 20 minutes worth of music, and they never got together again. And it just sat and sat and sat, and it wasn't being released. So, producer Teo Marcaro, probably said that one wrong. He went and he took some music from one of the quintets. In fact, one of them was, what was it? I'm trying to think here. From 7 Steps, yeah. From the 7 Step sessions. Threw in some of this and put it out. And Davis was furious. He was just so pissed off because that is unfinished music. You guys can't be putting this stuff out. And he just totally disowned it. But it came out. So most of it's this lush music that he did with Gil Evans. For me personally, this is not, this ranks toward the bottom of the Davis catalog of what I like. It's definitely not a favorite. It's not bad. It shows the kind of music that he could do, especially with orchestration. But I've never sought it out. But there it was. It was at a good price. It was in such beautiful condition, and what could I do? So I bought it. I believe they started in '61, but it finally came out. They saw the light of day in '64. So still, it's Davis. That's what I love. That's what I buy, and I'll buy most of his stuff. So Quiet Nights by Miles Davis and Gil Evans. I'll tell you, there was a sale at Barnes & Noble for 50% off. Hey, here's another one, man. No Mercy in This Land by Ben Harper and Charlie Musselwhite. I planned to buy this forever, never bought it. Well, guess what? It was on sale. So at 50% off, how could I say no? And this came out in 2018. It was Ben Harper's 14th album, and Charlie Musselwhite's 12th album. On it, Harper sings, plays guitar, and Charlie Musselwhite, he plays the harmonica, but he really plays it Chicago style, nice and hard. I mean, it begins with When I Go, and it begins kind of almost like this wordless gospel blues moaning going on. That's the feel you get before it blasts into the actual song. And it sounds fantastic. There is so much great harp going on. Bad Habits is a song. And when you listen to Bad Habits, what you do is you can hear the Muddy Waters song. What was it? I Got My Mojo Working. I mean, that's that kind of tunes in the background. You can hear it playing. I got my Mojo working, but in Musselwhite, his guitar is just smoking hot. I mean, it sounds like a little Walter guitar happening on there. And then there's just the tom-toms and the kick drums blasting away, making it sound wonderful. Found the One is a song, and it's like a vintage R&B type of a tune with blues and roots rock and roll mixed into it. When Love Is Not Enough, it's Southern soul. It has that kind of feel to it. There's upright piano just playing away on there, brush snares, fun stuff. This was a really good album. It has, you know, really good blues feel to it, but it's more than just blues. You do have the souls, you have the rock and roll. Really good stuff. Came out in 2018. Well worth looking at if that's your kind of thing. No Mercy in This Land by Ben Harper, which is a guy I truly enjoy, and Charlie Musselwhite.
When I leave here, when I leave here, I have no place to go, and it's much too late to change my name. I'll take you with me when I go. I get older, but my troubles don't change. Work so hard with nothing to show, and it's not too late to change my
Final one today is the records. Can I have anything good in this? There we go. The records. In case you didn't know, there they are. And that's the back. So these guys, it's an English power pop group. They formed in 78 and they broke up in 82. When you think about their influences, they were influenced by the British invasion, you know, the Beatles, all that stuff, but also Badfinger and Big Star and the Raspberries really shows up into this. This group was in the forefront of the British power pop invasion that hit in the late 70s and early 80s. They were one of the first really to get out there. And they actually had a hit on this album called Starry Eyes, and another one called Teen-a-Rama, Teen-a-Rama, I don't know, I can't say. But I mean, that baby is a power pop delight. This is really, it's filled with power chords, really close harmonies, and thumping drums. Beautiful record. I had this on tape. I taped from a library many years ago, and there it was sitting. It's a fairly inexpensive album. It doesn't cost a lot, but for fans of power pop, I'm going to tell you can't go wrong. This is just an absolutely enjoyable, fun listen. And Mutt Lange produced it, at least produced part of it, which I found fascinating. So, the records, and this was their very first album, and it came out in, gosh darn it, what year did it come out? 79. I didn't even say that. Good stuff. Then we got our showings. Not as many samples this week, just what's allowed. Glad you stuck around and watched. I really do appreciate it. New subscribers, thank you so much. I hope you came back and watched again. We're going to have nice weather where I live. We're actually hitting into the 70s, which I can finally take off my sweatshirt and now let the sun hit my arms, bathe me in sunshine. So really exciting. I got another video I'm doing later on today with someone else, and recently I did one with Mike Guitar 00. Mike was 007. Yeah, I should have asked you about the guitar name, Mike. But we did one on classical music that he'll be publishing here. So that was a lot of fun. Everyone, have a great week. Appreciate you dropping by as always, and have a Well, I already told you to have a wonderful week, so forget that. See you next week. Bye.